From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, even though we had a little bit of some rain showers today, we had just enough sunshine to make temperatures back into the upper 60s to low 70s. Typically for this time of year, we're supposed to be into the 50s, so it's a pretty nice day overall. 70 degrees in Charlotte, 67 in Jackson, 69 in Mason, and even Lansing. We do have a stationary front right overhead, so that's why our temperatures are falling back down into the 40s and 50s for tonight, and they'll be right around the upper 40s to low 50s throughout the rest of the evening, so it's going to be a cold rain overnight and into some of early tomorrow morning. All the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at 11 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 11.
After another busy week for the Trump administration, the president is spending the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. It's our top story at 11. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Ramsey. Protesters in the U.S. and Europe gathered today at Tesla dealerships to speak out against massive federal job cuts by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Christine Benavides is here for you with more.
Billionaire Elon Musk's efforts to shrink the federal government drew protesters to Tesla dealerships in places like London, California, and New York.
We need to stand up to essentially American oligarchy, and we need to stand up to corporate greed.
Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has gained access to sensitive data and shuttered entire agencies to cut government spending. In another White House initiative, Vice President J.D. Vance returned from Friday's trip to Greenland. There, he tried to advance President Trump's position that the U.S. needs to take control of the Arctic territory, which belongs to Denmark.
This territory, Greenland, really matters for the security of the United States. It's extremely vulnerable right now. And if the people of Greenland were willing to partner with the United States, and I think that they ultimately will partner with the United States, we could make them much more secure.
Denmark's foreign minister posted a video on X saying his country respects that the U.S. needs a greater military presence in Greenland.
We, Denmark and Greenland, are very much open to discussing this with you.
As for a full takeover by the U.S., leaders of Denmark and Greenland have said the world's largest island is not for sale. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
And Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced that states can now stop people from using federal food assistance to buy soft drinks. He made the announcement during an appearance in West Virginia with the state's Republican governor, who recently signed legislation banning foods containing 7 artificial food dyes and 2 preservatives. West Virginia is the first state to do so. Kennedy has been outspoken about the health dangers of dyes in processed foods.
We have a public health crisis in this country. And unfortunately, West Virginia is leading the way. It's the highest obesity rate of any state in our country. This year, you pulled ahead of Mississippi.
Kennedy is leading a major overhaul on the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, calling the department inefficient. He announced he'll be laying off 10,000 workers and will be shutting down entire agencies. Meantime, the top vaccine official with the FDA has resigned and criticized the nation's top health official for allowing misinformation and lies to guide his thinking behind the safety of vaccinations. Dr. Peter Marks sent a letter on Friday to acting FDA Commissioner Sarah Brenner saying that he would resign and retire by April 5th as director of the Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research. In his letter, Marks said he had tried to work with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. over his concerns about vaccine safety, but concluded that truth and transparency are not desired by the secretary. People living at a mobile home park say they've been given just a few days' notice that they need to move. Now they're working quickly to figure out what to do. Residents at Cristana Mobile Home Park in Lansing say they were given a notice yesterday stating that the park would be closing on April 1st, which is this coming Tuesday. In the letter, management says the park is closing due to declining occupancy rates and the inability to maintain the community's infrastructure. The notice also told residents that they can start staying at a hotel for 30 days beginning March 31st. Neighbors say this notice was dated for the 24th, but wasn't put on their doors until Friday the 28th. They say this is not enough time to prepare for a move.
Again, mobile home park owners must provide tenants with 18 months notice if the park is closing or changing its use.
In this notice, it gives us 3 to 4 days to vacate.
Thursday, I got a note telling me to remind me to pay my rent, and then on Friday, I got a note telling me that we have to be out.
I've never been homeless, and I don't intend to be homeless now.
Some neighbors told 6 News they've already paid next month's rent. 6 News has reached out to the phone number and the email on the letter, along with the mobile home company itself, but have not heard back yet. And today marks National Vietnam War Veterans Day, a time to recognize and thank Vietnam veterans for their service and sacrifice. As part of the 50th commemoration of the Vietnam War, veterans were honored at an event today recognizing their contributions. Many veterans were also gifted Vietnam veteran lapel pins, a lasting symbol to show this nation's gratitude for their service. These Vietnam veterans say the recognition, though delayed, is meaningful, especially for those who did not receive a warm welcome when they returned home.
Well, I myself got spat on, called a baby killer, called everything. I didn't think anybody'd do that. I'm glad to see that people came here today, and I hope that this continues and that they enjoy their freedoms, because we do also.
It's important because now we're getting recognized, and you got to understand it's late, but because a lot of us time ain't on a lot outside now because we're older, but it's always good to be eventually recognized.
The 50th commemoration of the Vietnam War ends on Veterans Day, which is November 11th this year, making this one of the last chances for eligible veterans to receive their lapel pins.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, even though we had those off and on rain showers throughout the day today, we saw a good amount of a little bit of some sunshine that provided for some very warm temperatures for the day today. We got into the 60s and 70s, and we even saw a little bit of rain showers with those clouds throughout the day. Let's take a look at the Skyview network from the Capitol time lapse, and you can see that we did have a little bit of sunshine, and that sunshine felt really good, but then those rain showers continued throughout the afternoon and even into the early evening, and we're going to continue to see them throughout the rest of the night overall. As we can see, our temperatures were very nice into the 60s and 70s across the area today. 69 degrees in Lansing, 70 degrees in Charlotte, 69 in Mason, and 68 even down into Hillsdale. That's all thanks to the stationary front that is draped right across from us, and that's allowing some warmer air right ahead and some colder air to the north, which is why even into the Upper Peninsula, they had some freezing rain conditions throughout the whole day today, whereas we just stayed normal rain. Now, this stationary front is also going to provide a conveyor belt for a few low pressure systems. They'll bring the chance for some rain and even the chance for some severe weather over the next couple of hours and even into tomorrow as well. We don't have any severe weather in the forecast for tonight, just some mostly cloudy skies and some rain showers for tonight. Maybe a rumble of thunder here or there, but I still think the temperatures will be into the upper 40s to low 50s. With those rain showers moving through quite quickly. As you can see, by 11:30, we're still seeing those rain showers moving in. They continue overnight, and we could see a little bit of some rumbles of thunder, and we'll continue to see them into the early morning hours of Sunday. Then as we head into Sunday, this is where things get interesting. We have the severe weather forecasted, and that's why we have a 2 out of 5 for severe risk. That's for some damaging wind, large hail, heavy rain, and even an isolated tornado, especially down towards the Branch and Hillsdale County. As you can see, that is where that yellowish orange color is, and that's where we're going to see the most likely chance to have those isolated tornadoes. So let's track this for you tomorrow. Tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. we have a low chance for some tornadoes, quarter-sized hail, and again, look at our wind risk. We have about 60-mile-per-hour gusts, but this is an elevated yellow color with a little bit of some enhanced in there too as we head down into Hillsdale and even Branch County. Let's continue to monitor this in the forecast for tomorrow. Now, once the morning rain showers move out, we're just left with some dry conditions, maybe even a few peaks of sunshine, especially towards the early afternoon. Now, depending on how much sunshine we get, that could add a little bit more energy to the atmosphere and allow those severe storms to really start to pop up. Now, there's a chance for those severe thunderstorms mainly from the 6, 7, 8 o'clock time frame, and again, these could could have the embedded thunderstorms and even some hail and some very gusty wind and possibly an isolated tornado in them, mainly towards the 7 to 8 o'clock hour. It's quickly moving out of the area for Sunday and into Monday. Cooler temperatures will remain in the forecast. For Sunday, we'll see temperatures back into the 60s, possibly the 70s, depending on how much sunshine we get, but still have multiple ways to receive alerts as we're going to see the chance for those severe storms into the afternoon and evening hours for Sunday. That's why on our 6-day forecast, we have that red color for our weather aware day. Then temperatures get back closer to average into the 40s and 50s for the remainder of the work week, back into the 60s by Wednesday.
Thank you, Kelsey.